Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel for the Spring of Sorrow week number 1. We have this deceptively tricky Iron Fist boss here, and I used my rank 2 Wong to fulfill the objective for size medium and defensive utility champ. So we'll talk through the nodes first a bit, and then I'll talk through kind of how I approach this fight using Wong. It took me about 40 minutes or so to get this solo with him. So the first and most important node that you need to be concerned with here is pressure gauge, which is that gray counter, the first icon on your side of the HUD. Every time you hit Iron Fist with a basic attack, that counter is going to go up. If it hits 10, you're going to take a huge burst of energy damage, and your run is probably going to be over. And then every time you block a hit from him, the counter goes down. If it reaches 0, then you get power drained. There's also quite a bit of root in this fight. You're going to be rooted during all of his special attacks, and there's an encroaching root timer as well. You also notice that whenever he hits into your block, you're going to be gaining power. So you can kind of use this to build up some power and break out of the root using a special attack. So the gist of this fight is that you kind of need to balance blocking his special attacks to lower your pressure gauge timer with using basic attacks in order to actually deal damage. And with Wong, this becomes a little bit easier because of that natural power gain that he gets on his heavy attacks. So you can break out of your root a lot more easily with Wong than some of the other options that I tried. So at the start of the fight, my pre-fight, I selected the blue spell. That's just for max damage. If you are a much better Wong player than I am, I'm sure you could effectively switch between spells, but I wanted to kind of go for max damage. And then at this point in the fight, I had felt comfortable enough that I could keep my 3 blue spells up, and I switched over to the yellow spell in order to gain more Eldritch energy per hit. You'll also notice that whenever I'm blocking his specials, you're getting a Bulwark passive. If you parry the hits and the specials, that Bulwark passive is increased to like 90% potency. So again, just a little bit of increased survivability for you. A couple of other tips that really helped me in this fight: you almost certainly don't want to be doing full 5-hit combos because it's really easy to lose track of your pressure gauge timer and then blow yourself up with some energy damage. You also see me blocking the first 2 hits of the special one and then dodging the second one in order to get an easy opening for heavy when he has protection up, so I can go ahead and remove that protection. And then with Wong specifically, you of course want to be spamming your special 2 once you have your spells up in order to keep them all refreshed. When you have the protection down after a heavy, fire off a special 2 with 3 blue spells active. It's going to do a ton of damage. So Wong, really good for a health pool of this size. I think that's about all I wanted to say about this fight. This is definitely not the cleanest solo you're going to see today, and I am, again, far from the best Wong player in the game, but he absolutely got the job done. I actually had fun with this fight kind of once I got the hang of it, and again, this took me about 40 minutes to get the solo on. So hopefully this was helpful to you. If it was, please let me know in the comments below, or else let me know who you used for this objective, and as always, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time.